is what they need to be doing. They cannot allow Cold Team to set up that safe zone around them where they're landing their M1s, they're landing their Shadow Bolts, and they're just making you like work to get in. They're doing an excellent job of splitting up the team, breaking down their teamwork, not letting them get any momentum going, and then just capitalizing with the ultis. This was excellent work out of Opa and Return. Love to see it happen. And Opa, just getting in there and getting on Voodoo, getting that pressure rolling, and this is what it needs to happen. We love it. But Leadface, no, man, getting multi-arrowed out of there, taking so much damage. That's the 30%. Barriers on top of him, and this is going to make Return so vulnerable, and I don't see why Nunya isn't capitalizing on that. He does not have barrier to save himself. He could have landed a nice fire arrow, but in the meantime, Voodoo just getting worked on by Opa, just deciding, hey, I'm going to stick on Herald. Herald is weak to melee bloodlines, and this is what's going to happen. But Opa, nice job getting out of there, not going to let himself get capitalized on at all. And Leadface getting, worked on. Double ultis coming out from Cold Team, God Mode from Musashi and Voodoo with the lockdowns, but it's not going to be enough. Opa is not going to be enough. He's going to get screwed over majorly, just gets worked on 2v1, and it's not going to happen. Return, with that barrier on him, he's going to feel a little bit safe, but he needs to get those heals out. They need to get a kill right now, and I don't see it happening. Ulti comes out from Nunya again, and there we go. That's the end of that round. What happened there is Opa, doing a great job of sticking on Herald, but he just got overextended a little bit and got caught out by the double ultis. Just great coordination coming out from Musashi and Voodoo to take advantage of that. Notice that he's low, and just God Mode, lockdown coming out, and that is it. Opa separated from his healer, and just no way to get any kind of barrier or heals onto him, and that's just going to be it. Musashi, Nunya doing a great job of keeping those two busy.
Well, right now, just looking at the recaps of Nunya is doing a good amount of control, taking top in both rounds so far, and this is one of the strengths Seekers bring to you, all those incapacitates and all that control. Right now, Opa, he's going to be trying to do some control of his own here onto Musashi. The Chains of X coming out, going to go over there to Voodoo, but look at Nunya right now, just keeping Return with the help of Musashi at bay. He's really having to defend for himself right now. Leadface and Opa not even coming back at all to help out Return, although we do have that ultimate ready to go. Voodoo taking a Cyclonic Strike to the face, and at the edge of the goo, he drops himself dead, using that goo now as a nice base of operations, going to keep those melee characters off of the Alchemist, and Leadface going to be wandering around here. Oppa still looking fairly good. Nunya is going to be trying to get that illusion going. It's not going to work. He is going to get that frost arrow off. It's not going to be enough as Musashi is up top, very far away from his teammate, and look at all those boomerangs come out from the Nomad. So going to be hitting a lot of face right there. 2-1 now for In7 Esports.
Yeah, boomerangs coming out, boomerang storm coming out in a closed situation there, like closed area, walls all around. You got to be careful. You can't get stuck in those spots like that, because you're gonna drown to nerd tears. That water's just gonna rise up, and people crying all over the place because so many boomerangs flying out. Oh my god, it's just crazy damage coming out so fast, and that's exactly the situation that Leadface wants himself to be in. He needs to be setting up that insanity damage with his ulti, and that's what happened there. But Opa just getting worked over by Musashi right now. Nice disperse to stop any kind of pressure coming out. That nice little silence there, and Leadface and Opa doing a great job working as a team. Musashi down to 50% HP. They're like, how does it feel to take the damage? To be on the receiving end of this, because look at this. He's getting healed up, but it's not going to be enough. Opa, great job getting in there. Leadface and Opa doing an excellent job of working together as a team, as they should be, and that is going to wrap it up. Warm Team Healer, Cold Team Healer goes down, and look at this, man. Complete turnaround from Warm Team. I love it, man. These guys are coming back. They found out. They've adjusted. They adapted. Signs of good players. They adapted to the situation. They found a new strategy, and now they're making it work. Jester, man, awesome stuff, man. What do you think?
That's what we want to see. I mean, we want to see these competitions get heated up. We want to see the blood boiling. And to quote you, we want to see these nerd rages, the nerd blood, the nerd tears. Everything's a nerd to you, it seems.
I love nerds, man. I love nerds. I'm a nerd. What are you going to do?
You seem to more enjoy their bodily fluids than anything, but yeah. Right now, game number 3, In7 Esports going up against DEFCON. Whoever wins this one, this is for all the marbles, guys. Nobody really wants to go down to that loser bracket. Nobody likes to be claimed, we lost, unfortunately. No, we like to say, yeah, we pwned face and we went forward, and right now we do have the picks and bans coming out. I think the new map is Well of Surgen, and that's going to be the map where everything is going to be going down right now. No lineup changes at all. It is going to be that Well of Surgen. Game number 3, and again, the pressure is mounting. The momentum right now is in In7 Esports' favor, coming off a big monster 3-1 win. They're going to try to ride that here all the way to the next round in the finals bracket.
Yeah, Jester, Voodoo did opt for the Pomp, so we're going to see a switch from Herald to Pomp out of Voodoo. And frankly, I'm liking this change. Absolutely, this is good. They have 2 nether shifts now. They have a nether shift and an other side. 2 basically get out of jail free cards. That's awesome. I mean, it gives you so much safety, and it's going to make Opa and Leadface's life so difficult because they're, Opa especially, he's going to try and get in there, and it's going to be like, no, nether shift out, other side out. Sorry, there goes all your melee pressure. Lol. So. Looking forward to seeing how one team decides to adapt to this. But you see, there we go. Lockdown. Nice juke from Opa, though. Not going to get his M1s locked out. Good job from him. And he's going to keep that pressure rolling onto Musashi right now. Both of them at 50% HP, though. This is not looking good. Nether shift. There we go. That's what we're talking about. Nether shift out of that tight spot. Not going to worry about it. Voodoo. Oh, boomerang storm from Leadface. Great job. Good pressure onto it. And return with the goo. Oh, man. Cyclonic strike. Goo. Boomerangs. Flying all over the place, ultis all over the place, man. This is insanity damage coming out, and there's no way to heal through it. Musashi trying his best, get another shift out of there, but Voodoo already forced to other side, and Leadface totally going to capitalize on it. Opts for the X-Strike instead of the Bro Storm, but yeah, Warm Team just going to wrap this up. Harbinger not able to survive on his own without heals from his healer. And, man, just great coordination again. This is what's winning them these rounds, is when they manage to get that goo into Cyclonic Strike, and it's just like, you got goo tick damage, you got the snares all over the place, and you've got nerd blood flowing. I mean, it's just excellent stuff. Love to see it, man. Love it.
As I said, In7 Esports are going to be trying to ride this momentum wave all the way through to the next rounds. They need 2 more wins, and they're going to be advancing. And now DEFCON, they're definitely known around the scene that is not a weak team at all. So we're going to have to see how they respond. But In7 stepping it up a bit. Appa already back up to full hit points using those temporary values. Return going to be taking some big spam here from Nunia, but it does not matter because Musashi taking big damage, going one-on-one here with Appa. Comes over here with the chains of Zek. Not going to be breaking Nunia. Nunia with the ultimate, though. He's going to come out here. Oh, we do got the Cyclonic Strike. Good amount of the travel time there. We're going to get away from Nunia to let that ultimate of his tick, but we do got the Dark Lord coming up, Musashi, and the Angel Wings Voodoo. So right now, everyone is looking really good. Leadface throws down that ultimate. It's not going to be enough to keep up Return, and now Appa dropping as well. So the triple ultimate almost at the same time coming out of the Cold Team. Big burst of damage and healing coming out. We do have an ultimate ready for Leadface, and not sure he's going to use it. Instead, he uses the EX space. It's not going to matter, though. He drops 1-1. The momentum is heating up here, Zemler.
Yeah, Musashi, man, at the end there with that clutch death grip onto Alchemist, onto Return, man. That's you think Return, he eats that Shadow Bolt and he's running away. You think he's going to get around that corner? No. Musashi, pull you back over here. Get over here, son. I'm not done with you. And he just wraps it up, nails that healer, and that just seals the deal for Warm Team. Musashi, man, definitely man of the hour there in that round. Just tanking the damage, but dealing it as well. Not letting Warm Team get any kind of momentum rolling. He's doing an excellent job of using his nether shifts, and definitely loving his play. But look at this, man. Landing those Shadow Bolts, so clutch. Such key play out of him right now. Deadly Injection on him, though, so he's not going to do as much, but nice. Nether Strike comes out. It's going to silence Return. Return, not happy about that. Trying to get some heals off. He is not getting focused, though, so this is a good situation for him to be in. But in the meantime, Leadface forced to use Barrier. Bro Storm comes out, but it's not going to be enough to deter it. Nunia doesn't care. He's ranged. And nice Tornado goes out onto Nunia. Going to stop some of that pressure, but it's not going to be enough. Musashi with the God Mode and the Shadow Bolt to the back. 52 damage to the face. Get out of here, son. And Opa just going to try and do his best to survive here. Return with the goo, but Nunia doesn't care. Again, he's ranged. He doesn't care. He's out of range of you, dude. You're not going to land that on him. And he's got his ulti to boot. Get out of here. Look at this, man. Cold Team making an insane comeback. They're just doing great. I mean, complete turnaround. We're seeing excellent survivability coming out. Like we said, you got the Illusion, you got the Nether Strike, the Nether Shift, you got the other side. It's so difficult to line up any kind of pressure on these guys because they have those outs to get out of it. So, really mad respect to Warm Team, Opa, and Leadface. These guys are doing their best, but they just need to kind of get in these guys' heads and break it down because they are letting them get the momentum and they need to get it back.
Right off the bat, you got Musashi going to throw out that grab on Appa of it, taking already a good amount of damage. He's using that temporary hit points already. Now, Nunia is going to be trying his best to do some good control here with that range as well. Voodoo going to be throwing out those long-range heals. He will have, those Guardian Wings in fairly short order. Musashi is almost up to that Dark Lord status. Nunia going to be taking some spam here from Leadface, but look at that Return already with the goo. does not really land too much damage, unfortunately, but we do got Musashi up there with Voodoo Chains. His X going to go down. The Cyclonic Strike does hit Voodoo, but I think it was only one, and Leadface going to get pulled out of that incapacitate. Big damage going down onto him right now. He is a little out of position. He's way over there, going to try to use that EX Strike of his to just stay alive. He's going to come back over here. It's not going to matter. Return drops instead. Nunia with the multi-arrow, and just penis is called right there. Leadface going to be taking a lot of damage right there. Ova again with the Cyclonic Strike, but I don't quite think it actually hit anyone super important right there, as he's going to try to go 3-on-1. Not going to work at all. Nunia coming out of that game with 622 damage. Ridiculous amount of Seeker damage.
Yeah, it was just a bit of a breakdown, to be honest, on Warm Team's part. These guys, we saw the excellent coordination in that first round when they took it. It was just, lining up the ultis together, working together as a team. And in these past couple rounds, we've just been seeing them kind of playing their own games. The Leadface getting caught in tight situations, return with the goo, but no cyclonic strike or boomerang fury to follow it up. It's things like this that will cost you the round, especially when you have such small little margin for error. And it's just a breaking down of communication between the teammates, and that's in large part due to so much pressure, that the pressure that these guys are under right now. They're getting close to that winner's bracket. They're in the winner's bracket, but they're getting close to that finals. They want it, they need it, and it's just, you've got all that pressure coming down on them. They're down around. They really need to stick together, but no, they end up breaking down, and it just crumbles from there. And we just saw that. That last round there, we had ultis flying off. Everybody kind of playing their solo game, and that eventually cost them. Cold Team able to just heal up. If it's like one guy getting Cyclonic Strike, well, it's like, okay, I'm just going to be able to heal you right up from that. Whereas if they're getting like goo into Cyclonic Strike into Boomerang Fury, it's just like unhealable damage flying all over the place. What can you do against that? So, little bit of frustrating play to watch that at the end there. I was kind of hoping for a bit more, but what are you going to do, man? These guys are not out of it. They're just in losers bracket. If they tighten up and they come back from this, we do still have a chance of seeing them in the grand finals. But, man, Jester, what do you think about this, man? Pandrum, here we go, man. Two of the top teams in the world facing off. Love it.
Yeah, just to get a quick update, Cass, this is the winners' finals, correct?
Yes, that is absolutely correct. It is going to be SK Gaming on the Cold Team versus, we saw Pandrum, Peta, and Zab. Oh, actually, no, this is not winners' finals. This is the other semifinals, I should say. I apologize. I was reading stuff in the live stream chat, and they were excited for the winners' finals, but this is actually still semifinals. Ham No Idea going to be on the warm side with Zab, the packet losser, and then Peta Pandrum. Peta being one of the best, Alchemist players that teamed up with Pandrum, who is one of the best Randed assassins I've ever seen, if not like the best. In the EU, rivaling Blood Champ. And actually, I don't know, right now, since Blood Champ's taken a little bit of hiatus, I would say Pandrum's probably the best Randed in the European tournament scene.
Absolutely, in the Europe scene. One Randed that's definitely been standing out for me in the US scene is Skywind. This guy is pretty boss. He's got an excellent Randed play. And I would say that, watching him play, he is definitely so aggressive, but absolutely on top of his cooldowns, not letting himself take any kind of pressure in the meantime. So Skywind, definitely a guy to keep your eyes open for if you're in the U.S. scene or if you're watching the U.S. tourneys at all. This guy is pretty baller. Definitely rivaling Pandrum for Randed, for top Randed rank. But looks like we're going to have the bans and picks that are done, getting these teams going here, and look at this. Remember to be biased. By Rex. Yeah, dude, can't do that. Come on now, casters. They're supposed to be like, I want everybody to win. And it's like, no, but yes, that's how you want it. So,
dude, when you see Tasteless and Arctosis, or Tastosis...
let's not get into Taste. Arctosis is like one of those biased casters up there. I love him. He's awesome, but you could tell, like, when he's just like, this guy totally deserves to win, and this other guy just, like, totally cheesed for the win, and he doesn't deserve it. But, he's not saying that. But you can totally tell that's exactly what he's thinking. You're like, oh, Arctosis, what are you doing? But if any of you guys are watching in the SC2 scene, GOM TV, the Korean tourneys, you would know what we're talking about. Two of the greatest nerd ballers of all time, possibly the most powerful nerds on the planet. Love them. Baller casters. But, we're going to get into this first round here, man. Locking it up. Zab opting for that Glutton again. I like it. We'll see if he can make it work against Jackasm, though. Jackasm going to have something to say about it. And Rex, going on that NG. I like this change from him. Inhib is very solid, but I'm definitely loving to see more of NG in top-level play. But nice. They're going to start this off. Pendulum deciding to get in there and get aggressive, but he's got to pay for it. Already at 50% HP. Rex doing a good job of being like, son, don't get on Chip. He's my boy. I got his back. And look at this. Zab already at 50% HP as well. You know, Zab is going to have some trouble here because Rex does have that EMP to get him out of his stone shield. So we're going to see some nice coordination coming out of here. But no, Rex deciding to go for the ulti, and that is going to cost him. He gets some nice damage onto Zab, but he is so out of position right now. He does have Venom Lunge on himself right now. And despite the shrink and the damage reduction that does give, it is not going to save him at all. Damage reduction not from shrink. No, not the case, but I mean, Jesus, he just does not get out of there in one piece. And Chip and Jack, you know, doing their best to stay alive, but Pandrum and Zab going to go to work on Chip. And sorry, man, Alec, you are the best Alec in the world, but it's not going to be enough. Jack just going to let them take this round, not deciding to save his energy and not fight it out. Jester, man, what do you think about that last round, man? That was pretty insane, huh?
Zab's looking pretty good. I'm kind of curious why Jackassum's up to 80 MS, but that aside, I mean, Zab, he's showing you the skills of that glutton, and did you see him jump right onto Chip Science space and landed 5 or 6 madness strikes, and he just drops like a rock. It's very impressive stuff to see. The banter aside, we're going to get into game number 2. Ham No Idea has actually beaten SK Gaming in sets of 3 before. As I said, they have gotten to those second place finishings multiple times, so we're going to see what right now Zab is going to have to do up against Jackassum. Jackassum going pretty hard on top of it. Chip already has his goo ready to go. Jackassum with the ultimate. We do have big damage going down on the Zab. We comboed everything on top of him. That Earthstorm did not do him a lick of good. Right now, Peta does have a lockdown ready to go. Is not going to land it onto Rex, though. Good jump there as he's going to go down now. It's going to be Pandrum 1 versus 3. We've seen Pandrum do some good 2 versus 1 work before, but I don't know, 3 and so very healthy. It's it's not going to work out too well for them as SK takes a revenge game right there.
Yeah, tactics, tunnel the glutton. And really, you know, it's always a viable strategy. You know, you get that glutton's stone shield down, and he's just a big piece of meat waiting to be hit. You know, it's just this guy. This is probably why you don't see as much glutton at top level. He is a bit easy to exploit. But Zab, you know, we have seen some excellent play come out of him in the past, in these past rounds. So, you know, don't count him out at all. Zab, I think he's suffering a bit from the lag right now, though. We're seeing a bit of delay coming out from his abilities, a bit of a choke going on, but Rex going to EMP him out of that stone shield and concuss shot. Nice. Just sit there, boy. You're not going to do a damn thing. And Jackassum just chilling out here, gonna other side out of that. Nice. No, other side. Fleetfoot gets out of there, but oh man, need to get on here. Zab getting pressured. Machine gun coming out from Rex right now. Goo. Oh my god, so much damage coming out. He does have the Earthstorm onto him, but it's not going to be enough. Zab's sitting pretty low right now, and Pandrum doing an excellent job getting some pressure onto Rex, getting that pressure off of his teammate. Key play by Rex, by Pandrum, and Rex gonna get locked down. Love it, man. We need to see some more damage coming out, so they need to capitalize right now. And large clutch play from Rex. That's just enough to keep him alive, but no. Zab with the ulti into the stalagmite pole, and it's not going to be enough. Rex, despite being large, despite taking 50% less damage, is going to go down to all that concentrated burst. Man, excellent play coming out of one team right now. I'm loving it. I have no idea. These guys are straight baller and doing a great job against the #1 team in the world. We'll see if Jackassum and Chips, you know, these guys, you know, they definitely have the metal. They can definitely step it up, and we'll see if they can adjust to what is happening here. Just, you know, this is what we were talking about. Pendulum, excellent pressure. 591 damage came out that round. Top of the map on control, top of the charts on control, and these guys just straight up owning face. Court, what do you think, man?
I think that building upon Rex's comment there of we focus the tank too much, 530 some odd damage landing onto Zab there, and he was still alive by the end of it. We did see the collapse of those ultimates again go down on top of him, and so, I mean, hey, that new tactic that they had, you know, tunnel the glutton, it didn't quite work for them well that time, so maybe we're going to see some big damage go down onto Pandrum. He's already taking a good amount. Jack isn't coming up to Peta, though. Peta has to space over, is going to be trying to keep Jack at bay. Rex does have an ultimate ready to go. We should see a machine gun any moment. Zab's going to be over here with Chip Cyan with the help of Pandrum. There's the machine gun. Peta's going to get out of that. He does have a lockdown ready to go. He might have to use it as quick as he can. Pandrum taking damage. Zab is in the middle of goo. Cannot move at all. Goes down with that combo again. And leg being blamed once more. Peta going to jump over here. Going to take out Jack at any rate. Now, Pandrum and Peta, these guys are very close-knit. They know what they're doing. They combo off very well, but that's a machine gun, and you didn't have any kind of escapes out of that. So Rex, I mean, 2 machine guns in fairly short order. Great energy gain coming out of him. He's going to get feared and a little bit of damage but it's not going to be nearly enough as that. This series, I mean, this winner's semifinals going to be heating up 2-2. It is only the first set of matches, but look at Rex just destroying the damage meters there.
Yeah, Rex, man. Map hacks. Called it, dude. Look at that. Landing an entire ulti on Pandrum despite him being stealth. I mean, that is just the sign of a God mode player. That guy, he knows exactly where you are at all times. Don't try and hide. Just straight up amazing. And Jack has him, you know, we're just going to have a bit of the zoning game coming out here in the middle here. Not too bad, not too much. And let me see here. We got Stone Shield coming up from Zab. Nice job from him. Pandrum getting some good pressure off onto Jack. But barrier comes out from Chip. Not going to be worrying about it. And here we go. They're going back to the old strategy. Get on Zab. Punish him for lagging. And going to force that Stone Shield out of him. Ulti comes out from Rex. Is this going to be it? Zab! No, Zab does not survive. He goes down, and that is going to be it, man. Rex, Jackasm, and Chip doing a great job working together. Rex, Johnny on spot with machine gun, and they just made him pay. They got the Stone Shield down and knew he had no way out of it, and that was enough to take the round. Rex, triple Venom lunge coming out from Pandrum, you know, nerd ballers. Dude, this guy, straight up ranted ballers, just owning it up, but it's not going to be enough. Decides to spin around in circles. I hope he doesn't get too dizzy before he dies. That is it. It's over. 3-2 win for SK Gaming in this first map. Just straight up awesome plays.
Big numbers going down all around, 4,400 damage from that engineer. Really showing, you know, that engineer, if you can land that ultimate, I do think it is the highest damage ultimate of the game if you can land every single one of those bullets. And as you saw there, I mean, I don't think Rex missed like more than 5 or 6 over the course of 3 rounds. So SK Gaming up 1-0 over their longtime second place rivals here. Have no idea. And this isn't even like a grand final match. This isn't the winners brackets finals. This is just the winners semifinals. Always good to see, you know, like such great competition come out, and it's not even, you know, for all the marbles quite yet. Now, I wouldn't discount Hame No Idea. Yes, they did lose, but they put up a great fight, 3-2. We are going to see what they have to want to go. Rex is going to be sticking with that engineer Zab, and Pandrum's still going to be sticking with their usuals. Peta is going to be sticking on with that Herald, and now here we go. The next map is all loaded, and this is the winners semifinal, game number 2, 1-0 right now for SK Gaming.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And what's happening here is the fact that Pandrum is not able to stick on Rex as much. NG should never, ever, ever get that machine gun off. That is like it's the highest damaging ult in the game, but it also has an insane cast time. You have to stand there for frickin' ever. So it's like, why is he able to get that off? You need to be putting pressure on him. You need to be forcing him to use his EXs. You need to be forcing him to get those enlarges out because he's under so much damage and he's scared. You know, that's what needs to be happening here. And Pandrum kind of maybe got a little bit distracted there at the end. They're not able to get onto him and allowed Rex to get that huge machine gun off onto Zab. Zab, in the meantime, taking quite a bit of damage here. Going to be forced down, but he's all right. You know, healed up to the top. Pandrum going to get some nice pressure onto Chip Saiyan. This is what we're talking about. Good damage. DI comes out onto Pandrum, but it's not going to be enough to stop him. Frog leaps out of there. Nice frog leap, but frog leaps into an ulti from Jack. Jack going to get locked down, though. Peta doing a great job of controlling Cold Team. Goo comes out onto Zab, but he's going to be able to walk out of there. Stone Shield. And, man, Rex goes down in the meantime. This is what we're talking about. Pandrum doing a great job of getting the kill onto him. And look at this, Zab with the ulti Chip Saiyan. He's sitting there with his barrier on him, but it's not going to be enough. Both Warm Team DPS collapsing on top of him. Jack as a man going, come on, man, you're doing it. You're doing the damage that you need to, but is it enough? Chip Saiyan getting loaded up with darts. Pandrum going to get that heal off. Is he going to try and get a combo into his Toxic Vial? It doesn't look like it. Looks like he's just going to chill out there. Yeah, there it is. Toxic Vial onto him, but Jack has him stuck in a tough spot in a corner. And no, Warm Team, not going to happen. They're going to get that kill onto Jack Asm, and Chip Saiyan just drops after that shortly. But man, oh man, this is so exciting. Like you know, it comes back to the sprinting thing. I'm just like out of breath. I'm like got the nerd chills going. I'm just like, oh my god, this is insane. So exciting to be watching these guys. And like you said, not even the grand finals yet. This is insane. Love it, man. Love this level of play. Already, you know, just in the winter semifinals, this is just so good, so good.
Now, Pandrum did leapfrog into that Jackasm ult, but then he Venom Lunch right through Rex, got a great combo down with the help of Peta, and that's how Rex dropped while you were taking a quick look there at Jackasm and Chip, but huge amounts of burst damage coming out. 1-0 right now for Hame No Idea, game number 2, and right now we do see big damage going down. Zab already using that Stone Shield. We don't have any ultimates to combo upon him yet, but Jackasm does have those spears ready to go. He is going to throw them out, but no, it gets whiffed on a majority rate. Pandrum's going to come over here. We do have Zab throwing down the ultimate and missing yet again. We do have a machine gun in a good place right now, but look at that lockdown coming out there from Peta. Going to be keeping Rex off to the corner. Zab is going to be trying to take out Jackasm here. Pandrum as well. Big damage going down down. He gets tossed and dies mid-air. Rex a little bit out of position. He's been trying to do some pot shots from behind, but that's not going to work because Zab and Phantom going to definitely make sure that this healer in the corner just definitely gets smashed up against that wall. 2-0 now. Hey, I have no idea. You can tell that when you have the leg and when you don't there with Zab.
Yeah, and you notice Rex being like, yeah, it's because Zab is tanked 500 again. And Zab, mark of a good tank. He's getting their attention. He's forcing them to focus on him. And through that, he's built to take that damage. He is built to draw their attention and get focused on, and that gives Pandrum and Peta the openings that they need to get that pressure and control out. And look at this. Pandrum already, nice concussed shot from Rex. Max range onto Zab. Zab going to have to stand there. Kind of trying to get onto Chip Sand right now, but his sleep's going to come out. No. Stone Shield onto him. Good job by him. Deadly Injection, though, so he's not going to be able to do much. Earth Shield onto him, but no, it's not going to be enough here. Zab already getting healed up by Peta, but he was at 50% HP. Pandrum taking quite a bit of damage. We have the ulti coming out from Zab, though. Great job from him, nailing 2 of them. Forces the barrier onto Chip. Rex, Jackasm, everybody's sitting pretty low right now. And Goo comes out from Zab, but it's not going to be enough. Rex goes down in the meantime. Zab going to have Stone Shield up, but this is a 2v2 situation. Now Zab going down eventually. Jackasm with the crazy pressure following up there. And look at this 2v2 situation. Tipsane sitting pretty in the back. And Pandrum going to decide to space in there. Or spell, my mistake, but does not get the stun combo off. We do have lockdown going, but it gets whiffed all over the place. Now, Jackasm does have the debuff on him. Are they going to be able to capitalize? He is sitting on an ult, and Kunju gets whiffed. Double Venom Lunge. This is it. Pandrum with the clutch double Venom Lunge. Fleetfoot out of there. Is it going to be enough? No. Peta with the fear onto Jackasm. That's going to wrap it up, and Chip Saiyan goes down. 3-0 win for Ham No Idea. Convincing. Excellent play, man. Love it. This is awesome. Great comeback from Warm Team. I love it, man. This is what we need. Good competition in the semifinals. These guys are fighting. They're out for nerd blood. They love it, man. They want it. They're hungry. They want to win.
Close to 3,000 damage tanked from Zab right there, and I mean that is exactly the role he has been trying to place. He is going to be the tank of this game, and he is soaking up that damage so very quickly. So 1-1 right now. You do see Rex has declared, all right, it's time to get serious. I'm going to go my inhibitor combo, and we are going to see the top team combo in the world come out here up against Ham No Idea. Now, Ham No Idea, they're probably very ready for this. Zab, however, is going to still likely going to be going with that Zab, with that Glutton. Yeah, the Glutton's going to go with that Zab, right? But I mean, with that packet loss, as he has been mentioning, it is doing him good amounts of favor. A very tanky class, lots of self-healing. Those Stone Shield and Earth Storms and grabs are doing great, but now they're going to have to go up against the world #1 champion here, combination. So this is winner semifinals, game number 3, 1-1 apiece. Whoever gets this gets all the marbles and goes on to those winners finals, where they're going to battle it out for that first participant spot in the grand final. So we're going to have to see some big things out of here, but if SK Gaming wants to take this round, they're going to have to ease up on that damage on Zab and start landing some more shots there on Peta and Pandrum, because Pandrum, as you saw last game, #1 ranted in the world.
This is what I really like, though. Rex is smart. He goes for that inhib, and inhib is the ultra counter to any kind of melee pressure with Rune Shield. And that is what they need right now. Pendulum allowed to do way too much damage, and Zab, M1 King down the Glutton. This is good. This is going to allow them to have that flexibility that they need to get out of these tight spots. And look at this already. Pendulum at 30% HP. He is sitting on an ulti, though, but is he going to be able to get it off in time? Double Venom Lunge, but he's away from his healer. Peta is having a heart attack right now, trying to keep him alive. He needs to get those heals out onto him. Anything. They could sneeze on him and he'd die. But no, he manages to get a heal, but no, Jackasm going to be there. Johnny on the spot with the M1. Rex whiffing his ulti, but it's not necessary anymore. Silence onto Zab. He is in the Stone Shield, but no, gets out of it, cleansed, and that's not going to happen. Peta with the double lockdown onto Rex and Jackasm. Getting a bit too greedy, boys, but no! Ulti comes out, Zab goes down in the meantime. It's not going to be enough, and that is it. Seals the deal. Rex taking it out. But this is what we're talking about, man. That Rune Shield, so clutch. Let me see here. Go ahead, bro. Sorry. Yeah, 23 from Rune Shield. I mean, Rune Shield all over the place, just doing a great job of stopping any kind of melee pressure coming out. It's such a clutch ability to stop these kind of melee-centric teams.
Yeah, we definitely see a lot of good Rune Shield usage, and I mean, you got to really make use of all your skills, and SK Gaming, Have No Idea, they really do make use of them in the best of situations as they can. The damage output that time, very uniform across the board, but look at Rex jumping down right already. He's already under half. He's in that Earth Storm. Pandrum coming now onto Chip Cyan, but they've left Peta to the Wolf. That is going to be Jackasm, and he's going to be now actually coming back for a little bit of defense. Rex taking a ton amount of damage, and Chip, again, he's going to throw down that Venom Lunge. very defensive Lennon Monk. Oh, but they jump right into a Zab ultimate, and that's going to be blowing them up. Jackass dropping very quickly as well, and now Rex is going to be joining the trifecta of Cold Team deaths. But wow, that ultimate coming out there from Chip Stein, very defensive use, but nobody was in that, and they jumped right into Zab's ultimate as well. Big damage going down, 526 there from Pandrum, and again, look at the damage output. It's now very uniform across the board. Zab not really tanking a huge amount these rounds, and so it looks like they have adjusted their strat to a good degree.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, man, just Pandrum with the clutch double Venom Lunge. I mean, this is exactly the kind of coordination we need to see one team pulling out with a win here. You know, double Venom Lunge into Glutton's ulti. Sick damage. But Pandrum just getting worked over by Jackasm right now. Back hits all the way. Already at 20% HP. And Rex doing a good job of keeping Peta busy. He's not going to be able to get any heals off. Cold Team collapsing. SK, both of them onto Zab and Pandrum right now. And taking too much damage. Stone Shield comes out. But Zab has his space. He's able to get out of it. Chip saying pissed about that, but oh man, ulti coming out from Glutton right now, but it's not going to be enough. He is alone. Jackasm and Chip are able to take him out. In the meantime, Peta getting focused by Rex. Rex doing an excellent job of keeping both Pandrum and Peta busy in the meantime, while Zab is taking all of that damage. Man, this is brutal. Great comeback from SK Gaming. I mean, Pandrum trying to go to work, trying to get that kill, but Jackasm is just going to M1 him, and that's going to seal it up. 3v1 right now, and Peta, man, you're out. But look at this, Jackasm with the awesome SM Celebrate. Love the troll, man. Love the trolling.
600 damage coming out of Rex that round, showing you why he does main class that inhibitor. Jackasm doing fairly well as well. Big damage going down as that screen just faded away. Big damage, 462 damage onto Peta. You can tell that a big pressure was being mounted onto Peta early on, and you did see Pandrum. He had to run around and away every time Zab uses that space and make sure that that shield is down. You do notice that Chip throws down his goo on top of Zab because he has no way to get out of that. He's a fairly slow lumbering class, and it's working out great right now for SK Gaming. So Jackasm and Rex trying to put up the big pressure. We do have the Worm Team virtually where they started. Peta's going to be trying to get out of that. We do have a Runic Infusion come out already, though, and Jackasm is going to be having that spear ready to go. Pandrum not going to be seeing it as he's dead already. Zab also going to be taking big amounts of damage. There goes the spear. He's going to come right over here to Peta, and that is going to be game over. SK Gaming is going to go play the game of let's find out what the Glutton's doing. The Glutton's just going to be sitting here humping the corner, and that's going to be SK Gaming going on to the winners finals. We might see him No Idea again later on, but they are going to have to traverse through that losers bracket for now.
And that is it. SK Gaming moving on. And, oh man, sorry, got a little distracted there. SK Gaming moving on. Love to see it. I mean, these guys, definitely deserve it, and that comp switch definitely worked out for them. Just Rex, top of the damage, top of the control, and that rune shield, man. I'm always going to come back to that rune shield because it is so clutch for keeping those melee-centric teams off of your ass, essentially. Because it's just, you break that stun, and it's so much free damage for anybody who decides to get on you. Rex taking full advantage of it. And we're just seeing some great coordination coming out of them. As always, we're used to seeing this sort of play, this level of play coming out of them. But, Jester, what do you think predictions for this final round here, for these grand finals? What do you think is going to happen?
Well, it does look
like... Grand finals, but winners finals, my mistake.
Yeah, it is going to be the winners finals. It does look like SK Gaming going to go on against DEF CON, who won their games, and we're just going to jump right back in here. I'm going to get some invites to you guys. Similar, and that should be it. But right now, DEF CON, I don't think I've seen DEF CON this high in a Kill the King since I've started doing the tournaments. It's been about 3 or 4, maybe even 5 cups now. I'm not too sure. Just time flies when you're having fun. But SK Gaming, again, if you got to believe the hype in the track record, they're going to be looking very strong to come out in this first game here at the winners finals. So, they have gone to the grand finals a lot of the time, but DEF CON has been showing their mettle today, and that's why they're here in these winners finals. Whoever wins this is going to become the first participant of the grand finals. Whoever loses gets bumped down to the losers bracket, where again we're going to have to go through a little bit of a matchmaking process to find who's going to be joining the winner at that grand final. So I don't know right now. I've seen a lot of SK. Haven't really seen that much of DEF CON. I got to put it to them right now with all the hype, all the skills, and everything we've seen today just shows that they're now playing serious.
Oh, no, absolutely. You know, these guys absolutely deserve to be here. You know, Musashi's been in the scene forever, and Nunya as well. You know, all these guys, just excellent teamwork. You know, they absolutely deserve it. They deserve to get a win here, but we will see, you know, what SK can pull out of their hat. I see Rex, you know, talking about, hey, can I try to go Igniter again? I would love to see the old combo come out, but I mean, Inhibitor is just so strong. And he's you know, he can get worked over a bit by anybody deciding to play a ranged class. But, you know, we'll see how they decide to go here, what they decide to go with. I'm sure that Jackasm and Chip have their say in the matter, and Rex isn't just going to straight up troll and go Igniter. But, Cass, buddy, what do you think? And get you in here. You know, I know you're trying to stay in the background, be all sleuth-like, and keep in the shadows, but you got any predictions for this final, for these winners' finals here, man?
Well, I mean, Nunya, Voodoo, and Musashi, right? Team DEF CON. Like you guys were saying, haven't seen them a little while, but I mean they have been playing. As you can see, they all have like, you know, close to 2,000, well 2,500, 2,000, and then 1,500 victories, and you know that's more than SK Gaming. So they've played a ton, so they're still on their top form. One thing Musashi when but you know what? I'm going to save it. I'm going to save my little predictions and analysis for when this match actually starts. I want to see something interesting. But, you know, SK Gaming, just so strong. There's nothing really you can say, like, bad about them, especially when Rex starts playing serious and he plays Inhibitor. I mean, that was their breaking point right there. It's just like, all right, Rex, stop trolling around, actually play Inhibitor. And then they came back and won. So, you know, SK Gaming, best team out there. And then you just have, you know, DEF CON, Ham No Idea. You got In7 Esports, Ooga Booga Booga, Donors by Heart. All those guys are sort of like runners-up, you know, for the top positions. And they always give SK Gaming a hard time. But SK Gaming, just so solid with just coming back out of nowhere, and it's like, oh, people always on the stream. I'm reading the live stream chat. I'm getting such a kick out of this. It's just like, oh, SK Gaming's going down, finally, and then it's just like, nope, they're gonna start playing, you know, a little bit more locked up. They're gonna change their strategy around. They're communicating, you know, they're changing targets, and then they come back and win. So, you know, it's really hard to make a prediction at this point. I mean, of course, you know, by default, you might want to like favor SK Gaming because, you know, they have the record to prove that, but you know, Seeker, Harbinger, and Psychopump, you know, haven't really seen this comp against SK Gaming really, and I'll see, you know, what they have to deal against it, because you got the Nether Shift on the other side, as well as Nunya with the Instant Illusion, and that Marksman Ultimate, definitely one of the better Seekers out there. And we'll just have to see how they deal with all this pressure. So here you go, take it away, forecourt or similar.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. Musashi going for the fakes at the start there, and Jackasm having none of it. He's like, no, I'm just going to screw you. But, so, Wormsy already taking a bit of damage. I have no idea. Look at this. Musashi already at 50% HP. Rex getting pulled in, though. Nice. Going to get that pressure off of Voodoo. We do not want our healers focused by inhibs. Rule number one. Musashi, though, going to off the space out of Nunya with the ulti right now onto Jackasm. Do they have any outs? Chip Sayed eats a Shadow Bolt and Fire Arrow. Whoa, excellent coordination, man. That was sick. Great coordination coming out of Nunya and Musashi there. Shadow Bolt into Fire Arrow, just insanity damage. 30, 40, 50. Like, you can't survive that. You can't out-heal that. What are you going to do, son? Get out of here. And, man, convincing first round for Morty. These guys, they're angry. They're out for blood, man. They love it. Oh, Jester, man, what do you think about that?
Well, the Rex did take the top control score, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough with these combinations. The Shadow Bolts, grabs, the Ice Arrows, and Immolations. It's just a ridiculous amount of combo. Again, we see Musashi going pretty offensive here in the beginning. Last time he did get harpooned for his error, but no, bait out the Conjure there from Jackass. Now he's going to have to go really into here. Rex, again, also going to go back pretty full force into Nunya, but Nunya does have that kind of range burst damage advantage. Musashi, however, dropping so very low, has to use another shift, and right now Voodoo up top is very separated from his team, could not get any kind of healing off onto Musashi right there. Jackass is going to be trying to jump here onto Voodoo. Nunya is still looking alright, but he hasn't been able to put up too much pressure up against Rex or Chip. Chip is sitting at full temporary hit points. In fact, the hit points here of all the entire Cold team just looks very untouched, and wow, what a big turnaround right there. I cannot think that DEF CON was looking for that.
No, complete breakdown on their part. They just got completely spread out. Voodoo, you know, getting forced up top with Jackasm. And, it's like you need to support your healer. You need to get those peels out. And we just saw a bit of a breakdown in communication there. Musashi and Nunya Musashi already taking so much damage at the start, was not able to get his game rolling from there and had to play ultra defensive at that point. And Voodoo just getting focused up by Jackasm up top away from his team so that, he couldn't get those heals out that Musashi so desperately needed. And look at this already happening, doing a great job of zoning. Rex with the ulti there, but gets pulled out of it by Musashi. Great job from Musashi to stop that kind of damage. Voodoo trying to get some heals out, but we have God Mode from Musashi right now. If he can just start landing some M1s, start getting that pressure out there, but double sleep from Chip. Look at this sniper from cross map. Love that play. Musashi going down from pressure from Jackasm. We had Goo, we had Guardian Spirit. Voodoo not going to be able to do a thing about it. They needed to use that Guardian Spirit to get a counter kill, but it's not going to happen. He's forced to use it to heal, and that is not optimal at any time for Pomp. Kind of stuck up here, 2v1, and this is a dirty situation. Nice use of EX space, though. Gets out of that pressure, and Nunya kind of going out here, needs to get some pressure out onto Chip, but no, man. Voodoo dropping in the meantime, and that's going to seal it up. SK Gaming just dominating these past 2 rounds. These guys are so dirty. Yeah, man. I mean, go ahead, my friend. Go ahead.
Okay, sure, yeah. Rex, 500 damage that round. Nunya also keeping up the pressure. They just can't seem to be able to seal the deal. Now, when we did see round number 3 go down, I took a quick look. Musashi did 26 damage for that entire round. He did 335 last time, which is what we do expect for to see, but wow, just getting it shut down. It does seem to be Jackasm again, jumping right into here. He doesn't really want to not have to deal with Musashi at all, and wow, he just goes down within 10 seconds of this game. Done. And wow, GG already being called out by Nunya. He's just going to sit there and tank it. Voodoo again, and just huge amounts of burst coming out. What was that, a 20-second game?
Yeah, that was 27 seconds of brutality.
Yikes. SK Gaming coming out right off the bat. 3,400 damage from this Rex. Just ridiculous.
Yeah, Rex, Johnny on the spot with that damage. But, that's the one of the things about Harb, it's like if you just miss a couple key abilities, you're leaving yourself wide open for a world of hurt. And Jackasm, Rex, these guys, they're at that level where they're going to notice if you miss these abilities, and they're going to make that world of hurt happen. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, you want to feel pain? Here you go, buddy. Look at that. You're dead. Sorry. It's like that's what happens. It's like Harb, so little room for error at this level of play where you just cannot afford to miss those grips. You cannot use your Nether Shift at the wrong time, or you will just get punished. And, that's what we saw that last round. He just got focused insanity damage coming out. And looks like we're going to have just a bit of the, getting into this second round here, the second map. And let's see, if Musashi, Nunya, and Voodoo can tighten things up. They need to be not letting themselves take that much pressure. Getting caught out of position at the beginning of those rounds is really what's costing them this. They're letting SK Gaming get the momentum, and they're not doing anything to get it back. And that is going to cost you the game every single time. You need to get your game plan and apply it. You cannot let these harpoons, nice dodge from Musashi, you can't let those harpoons get out to you. You can't get the Kunjus or the Wujus activated. That is not a good way to start. Nunya blitzed and illusioned already. Jackasm is going to take full advantage of this. He's just going to go to work. Nunya already at 50% HP. In the meantime, Voodoo taking so much pressure from Rex. Forced to other side. He does get in a nice spot, though. Good safe spot to heal up again. But Nunya, cross map. This is not where he wants to be at all. Nice Frost Arrow, though. EX Ice Arrow going to come out and get that lockdown. But other side comes out just in the nick of time to stop that goo from Chip. Johnny on the spot. Man, that guy is such a sniper with those goos and instant injections. Brutal. But this by no means is this done. Rex is kind of in a tight spot here. He is separated. Guardian Spirit comes out. Nice pull from Musashi. Can they get a kill right now? Wuju comes out to save him. But Chip Sayed taking so much damage from Nunya. This is really, really top of the line stuff right now. We got Rune Shield coming out on Rex. And no, my goodness gracious. Nunya, yes, counter kill. That was perfect. That's what needed to happen. Musashi, man, clutch play. Gets that counter kill. Nunya went down, but he did his work. Chip Sayed and Jackasm both sitting at such low health right now. They have no real health to play with. They're just sitting on fake, insubstantial health. And Musashi, going to play a zoning game, going to make Jackasm work to get in there. And nice ulti from Jackasm, but Guardian Spirit comes up from Voodoo to counter it. He's not going to be worried about it. 32 heals a pop. What, you're gonna ulti me? And Musashi, man, Chip, just a second too late with that sleep. Musashi with the clutch Shadow Bolt. And that is going to be, again, a very nice round out of Warm Team here at the beginning. DEF CON, man, these guys are just so solid. And they absolutely have what it takes to take the win here in these winners finals. We just need to see games like this, good coordination coming out and punishing Rex and Jackasm for their mistakes. Rex got too deep. He got in too deep. He got too hungry, too greedy, and he definitely paid for it. He got separated from Chips, and that cost him it. Jester, man, like this, what are your opinions about Rex and Jackasm here? Maybe getting a bit too ahead of themselves here.
Well, if they play as aggressive as they are, it may or may not work out for them. It's more of a gamble than anything. Like, look at Rex right now, already going in and at half hit points. Has to come now back, crawling there to Chip Cyan. Jackasm going to be trying to put a little bit of a body barrier between them. RuneShield coming out again, but right now the two melee DPS on SK are sitting in about the 50% range, and we don't really see that much pressure coming out onto Voodoo or Nunia, though that is going to be trying to change. Jackasm going to have to run away. Musashi just doing great amount of work right now. He's going to be trying to get off a lot of harass here on a Jackasm because they really do not want him to be alive. But Rex, no, what are you doing? Jumping right into the triangle of damage and pain. But we do got the goo coming out here from Musashi, who had a spacebar up, but look at that overkill. Just that cross map Shadow Bolt landing onto him. Jack goes down, and now Rex as well. Maybe a huge misplay there from Rex jumping into the middle there, because we did have that Demon Lord come out there with Musashi, and big damage, 569 damage coming out from Nunia that round. Very impressive work.
Yeah, Musashi, like the first thing I pictured there was like godlike, I see the horns, I see the demon, and I see the insane Shadow Bolt cross-court snipe. I was like, Musashi, you are a straight nerd baller. I love it. And man, Jackasm getting in there, he does have the rune shield. Barrier has not been used yet, so they are pretty safe. They need to get some pressure out here, but man, Worm Team doing an excellent job. Defcon working together to create that safe bubble around them, that zone where Jackasm and Rex both have to work so hard to get in there without taking damage. And look at this, this is what's happening. Jackasm 20% HP, barrier is forced, goo comes out, but it's not going to hit anybody. Nunia going to get the other side out of his ult. I'm not too happy about that. Fire Arrow, nice Fire Arrow, 32 damage on the Chip, but it's not going to be as much as he wanted. Frost Arrow on the Jackasm, going to stop any kind of pressure he is able to pull out. And here we go, Rex with the ulti, but not connecting as much. Gets 3 bolts onto Nunia though, 50%, and this is still so close. This can still go any way. Musashi trying to go 2v1 right now, but he gets other-sided out. Good job by Voodoo to support his teammate, but they are going to capitalize on that. SK Gaming, great job. Oh man, he just had enough for that EX space to get out of that. Goo coming out there, Jackasm and Rex both collapsing, but it wasn't enough. Good play, solid play from Defcon, and this is still up for grabs. We have a nice Fire Arrow from Nunia, but Chip saying, boss alpha that he is getting those heals off on the Jackasm, getting those barriers, and just giving him just enough to stay alive. And Voodoo is slowly getting worked down. They need to get back this momentum, but no, Musashi with the clutch kill, or with the clutch death, per se. But Nunia, with the ulti, they're not going to be enough. 3-1. And man, just excellent team play. These guys, their communication is at the highest level. They saw that Voodoo used his other side on Nunia to get him out of that situation, and they're like, hey, quick, other side's burned, get on him right now, make him punish. And look, even Chip saying, jumping in there, dropping in with that goo. And Voodoo, Johnny on the spot, had just enough energy to use that EX space to get out of that. But man, that could have been a bad situation. But that's the kind of teamwork we need to see out of Defcon for them to get the win. They need to be capitalizing a bit more and not losing momentum. But sorry, Corey, I'm taking it away. Go ahead, man.
Well, last time we didn't see a lot of damage go down onto Chip. We do see big damage coming down onto Musashi, however, as lots of big countermeasures going to be trying to take place. But Voodoo also taking damage. Jackasm with the ultimate. He's going to stay right on top of Voodoo with the help of that goo. 2 quick kills here for SK Gaming. Nunia going to be dropping down as well. So huge energy gains right there. And then a great combo of the goo and the whirlwind. And that just dropped people like rocks. I mean, look at that. 400. 300, and Voodoo just really did not have any kind of time to counter that at all. So yeah, in the round before this one, we did see Chip Cyan taking very little damage. That round he almost took close to nothing, and this is just a big danger. If you want to focus on Jack and Rex, you leave Chip up. If you go for Chip, Jack and Rex are going to come back at you, and here we are, game number 5.
Yeah, go ahead, Cork. Go ahead, take this one.
Okay, so Jack is just going to keep on top of things right here. Musashi taking big damage from both Rex and Jack. We are going to see an ultimate come out soon enough. No, it's going to be an EX instead. Rex is going to not be leaving Musashi alone at all, but Nunia, he's going to be trying to keep people off people's back as Voodoo looks all right there. He's not really taking too much pressure. Rex is going to jump up there. He does have a barrier on him, and Jackasm is just going to be trying to grab as much damage as he can. He's a little separated from his team right now, but Rex is going to try to keep onto Voodoo, who has those Angels. Wings go down, but but no, Jack is going to grab the kill there on Musashi, and Voodoo going to be followed up very quickly there. We do have Nunia with a full ult, but it's not going to matter because, again, I mean, let's take a quick look at Chip. 45 damage taken that round. I mean, this is not what you want to do to their healer. I mean, 1,440 damage over the entire 5 rounds. He's well and truly not really getting pressured.
Yeah, and that's the mark of an excellent alchemist. You know, Chip saying best in the business, but this guy, he's perfect on his positioning. He's just far enough in to be able to put the burst damage out and help his teammates do that insane damage, but he is just far enough out at the same time to make it difficult to swap to him. And he's right in that sweet spot, you know, like playing footsies, you know, he's just right there where he wants to be, where he can be of most use to his team, you know, and aiding them to be, you know, all battle alch status and put that damage out there. And Voodoo, Nunia, and Musashi, they're just taking a bit too much. Because of that, they're not able to get the damage that they want onto him, the control that they need to get onto him. It's not happening. And it's just definitely costing them the round. You know, if they are forced to heal and play defensive and they're caught on the back foot the entire round, it's just they're not going to be able to get that kill. And Chip, you know, especially what you're saying, Court, you know, it's like if he is unpressured, he is just going to be a monster. Alchemist, so strong at being able to put out damage, at being able to put out bursts with deadly and instant injections, and with that clutch goo, that if you just let him sit back there and heal, you're just going to lose. Inevitably, you're just going to go down. But it looks like we're getting our invite here into this next game. Mr. 2's server, awesome. Looking forward to this. This is going to be pretty dirty.
Wait, Mr. 2's server?
Mm-hmm. Got an invite into Mr. 2's server, and it doesn't look like alone.
I was told In7 versus Donors by Heart.
Yeah, that's what I was told as well. Ooga Booga Booga, you know, losing 2-0 to Donors by Heart.
Okay, so what happened is that Mr. 2
they kept the server.
Yeah, they kept the server. So it's Mr. 2's server, but it actually is In7 Esports on the cold team, Donors by Heart on the warm.
Roger.
And by the way, this is the losers quarterfinals. For everybody wondering where we are in the brackets, losers quarterfinals.
And, you know, Cast always brings it up, but if you guys want to keep track of where we are in the game, you know, you don't have to rely on us, you know, to bring it up. There are the brackets at the bottom of the streaming page, blgtv.net. At the bottom, there is a link to the brackets, so you can keep up to date on what is happening in the tourney. You know, maybe we're streaming a match, but you're wondering how SK Gaming is doing. You can go ahead onto those brackets and keep track of their progression through the tourney. But Jester, man, you know, these are both 2 solid teams. They both definitely deserve to get to the grand finals. Do you have any predictions, opinions, anything at all, you know, about these guys?
Well, I have seen In7 Esports do a good amount of work, but I am a big fan there of Scriff and his Vanguard, so I don't really know which one to root for here. I mean, at the same time, In7 Esports kind of came out of nowhere. They did such great things with the ESL, with those in-game tournaments. That just started right up. They grabbed themselves a championship, and then the U.S. division stuff that we used to run here with BLG, they also came out of nowhere and placed really well into there. So this team, I mean, they know what they're doing. They work well together, and I have become a big fan of Oppa's Guardian. So it's good. It's kind of, I'm at war with myself. Like, it is 50-50 according to the server. I mean, they are all going to be rocking those grade 24s. It's really going to come down to what kind of teamwork and what can Scriff do with those intercepts, those charges, and, you know, jumping on top of people's heads. I've noticed a few games are definitely decided by how often and quick he can land those intercepts and how far away you can really split up your enemy team.
Absolutely right. I completely agree with you, man. These guys just, that's the thing. You see this out of high-level play. That's what needs to be happening. You know, excellent coordination and the ability to break the other team's momentum and split it up. You know, pick apart their game plan and not let them get any kind of pressure or momentum or anything rolling. You know, and what is going to be exciting here is we're going to have Oppa, on his Guardian, straight balling. But Scriff, on the Vanguard, 2 huge meat shields going at it, M1 pros. And Scriff, frankly, could possibly come out on top in that match. But gonna go ahead here. Got a bit of, observer bug lag at the beginning here. But gonna be starting this up. Extremely balanced teams. These guys are about at the same level. This is gonna be insanity. It's really gonna come down to who has the best teamwork, who has the best communication, and who has the best execution. Who's gonna be able to pull off their strats. And we're gonna go ahead and get started here. A little bit more of the observer delay. But, guys, don't worry. We will have the action for you momentarily. Going to be starting this up 10 seconds in. And here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. The epic countdown. And let's see it. Losers brackets quarterfinals. We got two very deserving teams, and let's see how this goes. We got Chains and all the AoE going out. Wisteria getting caught in that Chains, and nice little bit of burst there from Scriff. Opa just saying hello. Gonna be like, hey buddy, how you doing? But Scriff sitting pretty with those rage stacks. He does have them out there. Decides to space onto Leadface and try and put some pressure onto him. But no Pro Storm comes out from Leadface. He's like, oh yeah, you want to get on me? Nuh-uh, I don't think so. Get out of here, son, Big Vanguard. But Opa, nice. A bit not too separated, but the Cyclonic Strike coming out already into a lockdown. Nice. Malachor doing a great job getting 2 lockdowns, and this is when they're going to capitalize. Scriff sitting on full rage stacks right now. He needs to get some damage out here. They need to put some pressure. But Malachor. Yeah, Malachor and Wisteria Scriff, they're all taking quite a bit of damage. Rage, Battle Shout comes out from Scriff to get some rage stacks. He needs to put some pressure on Opa right now, and Opa's sitting pretty, but nice triple Cyclonic Strike into the goo, and oh my goodness gracious, 2 teammates go down. Worm Team just getting demolished in those double ultis. Oh man, excellent teamwork coming out from the Cold Team. Love it, man, love it. This is some high-level play, and that is some insanity teamwork coming out. Oh man, great. Deserving win. It's just all-around manhandling happening here from DEF CON, I believe. No, not DEF CON. My mistake. Donors by Heart and E7, so by in E7, N7.
Yes. Donors by Heart on the warm, N7 Esports on the cold.
That's the thing. I don't have the little splash screen, so I'm always like, oh, man, there's something. But, enough of my noobish casting here. We're going to go ahead into the second round. And Malachor already getting some nice pressure put on him by Opa. Opa's got the barrier. He's not too worried about taking any damage of his own. But Scriff sitting pretty with the rage stacks. He's going to be like, what, son, you want to get on me? No. And Scriff already at 50% HP, though. Wisteria taking quite a bit of damage, too. Brostorm comes out from Leadbase, doing a great job of keeping the pressure on there, taking a bit of a risk attacking that rune shield, but it did pay off. He was able to stop Wisteria from getting any heals from Malachor. Malachor sitting in a Brostorm right now. Opa on top of him. Is this going to be it? Are they going to go down? And yes, they do get the kill onto the Worm Team Herald. Man, Malachor, just too much pressure, too much damage. He could not get out of it, and Goo comes out to seal the deal. Goo into Cyclonic Strike, and we got a bit of a Guardian Celebrate going on by Opa, swinging that head cutter around. Brutal, brutal plays by the Cold Team right now. Love this play. And they're all sitting at grade 24, so it's like, this is pretty even. They are just executing better. They are getting their teamwork off better. And, gonna hop into this third round here. If you guys are wondering where Forkboard is, he had to use the lavatory, so he will be back momentarily.
Oh, well, I'm here. I'm here.
This. And Cass, Cass.
All right, all right,
you're here.
All right, buddy, I got you.
Get in here.
I got you. All right, so the X-Strike comes out. Look at that. Leadface just off in the corner. Good Chronoflex to try and keep him a little bit out of the fight. Scriff maybe looking for an intercept, maybe looking for a heroic charge onto Leadface. No, he's not going to use it quite yet. There he is, lining up onto Appa. 46 damage from behind. That's going to get hit by the barrier, or damage is going to be reduced by the barrier. Leadface is going to try and get onto Malachor, but nice space through. And look at that. Appa going to apply the pressure as well. Cyclonic Strike, but it is not going to be enough. As look at this, just fear all over the place. Appa has no idea why he's running away from his opponents. So, great play. Return just trying to throw out some goo. He had some good barriers, and he had some, nice, solid, healing, but it just wasn't enough. Nomad, as soon as his haste is down, his only true mobility option, he can be punished so hard. And also, you have the War Axe from Scriff, which locks down your Mouse 1 and your Mouse 2. The 2 biggest components and key marks of the Nomad game, just on cooldown. Not able to use it, and that really led to his demise. As I think I'm going to take this one because similar to 2 in a row, so why not? I'm going to take 2 in a row. I'll be greedy like that. Here we go. We already have some initiation. Oh, Clarity onto Tornado Inhibitor. Not too good of a use right there, as it looks like now Wisteria going to keep going back on in. And Appa not getting onto Malachor whatsoever. Scriff has a full ultimate, throwing that axe out. Again, Leadface cannot use X-Strike or his normal Boomerang Strike. And, I think he was hit by the Tornado just before he hit. And, oh my goodness, right there in the goo, Wisteria gonna pop that barrier onto Appa. And look at that, Appa now gonna be punished for trying to combo with that goo from Alchemist. Cyclonic Strike, for the positioning outside the corner, also to try and do damage to Malachor. Look at this, Script coming back, making sure Malachor isn't going to take any damage whatsoever by getting his body in the way. Good CC's on to Script this whole round, though, with those tornadoes by Leadface. Let's see what they can do. X-Strike comes out. Chronos, nice. Wisteria has the full ultimate. He's going to use it right in the corner where Return is. And is Return going to go down with all this pressure? No! In fact, Leadface going to use his Boomerang Bonanza, his ultimate, throwing out about 25 boomerangs or so. And that is going to take out Return. But, you know, counter kill comes out onto, you know, one of the Warm Team members right now. Oh, whoops, I meant one of the Cold Team members. I apologize. Yeah, on the Return. Return survived. Leadface actually killed, what's this called? Wisteria. I apologize, guys. You know, I'm not in the zone quite yet. I'm still warming up. And, oh, this could be very, very close depending on how they play this. I don't think it's going to happen now. Nope, intercept. That's what I was looking for right there. I was like, what? Did you see that graphics bug?
Yeah, that was a little odd.
Yeah, it looked like the tornado got reflected, but it still hit Script.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure how that one happened.
Let's not ask questions.
Yeah, let's not ask questions. Just accept the facts, all right? Oh, that would have been dirty. And look at that. Just more invulnerability frames. Oh, intercept for the win. GG. Script shouting in enjoyment. Two-man band right there. You got the hardcore screamer guy, and then you got the rock and roll hero. So, I mean, great play all around. So I'm going to give you this one back. Or unless Forecourt has returned, yay, nay.
If he has.
That is
yay.
Yay, yay, he has. So Forecourt, take this one. I'm going to
Alright, so it does look like 2-2, and definitely getting heated up here in the game number 1 of the losers quarterfinals. Script doing some great work with his Vanguard. I have noticed some good intercepts coming out of there, but he's going to be locking down Return as much as